Welcome back to part 2 of our program and more interviews from the Fellowship of Isis annual Goddess Festival. Welcome to part 2 of our program and more interviews from the 14th annual Fellowship of Isis Goddess Festival in Chicago. Our next interview is with Lady Amber Dawn, a priestess of the Voudun religion.
I'm Lady Amber Dawn of Baltimore, Maryland, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area.
And you're here attending the Fellowship of Isis convention?
Yes, yes.
And this is, it's not your first convention. How many have you been out for?
This is either my 4th or my 5th.
So obviously you enjoy the convention.
Yes, yes. It's a good time to be with people who love Isis and who love the goddess, who want to be a part of the life.
What do you like best about the conventions? What do you find most memorable?
Just the fellowship with people, because there's people from many different backgrounds here. My background is witchcraft and Voudun, so I'm pretty much the only person with that so far. But there's people that are Wiccans, the pagans, Druidry. There's even Christians here, and there's not a whole lot of Christians here, but there are some, because the Virgin Mary myth goes very well with the Isis reality, as they say.
A lot of people have misunderstandings about the Voudun religion. Would you like to perhaps say a few words about your practice as a Voudun priestess?
Well, we don't sacrifice cats and dogs. That's part of the movies, or children. And we're not waiting to turn people into zombies. And there's no such thing as a voodoo doll. That's the puppet, which is actually Eastern European magic, not magic of Haiti and the Caribbean. It's not an easy religion, and it's not a religion that you can get into very quickly. You have to know somebody who knows somebody who can get you in, and they're going to have to like you. I know that sounds a little elitist, but in a lot of different ways it is a elitist type of society. But it's not a religion in itself. It's more of a way of life, and the more you get into it, this is a way of life that they have for centuries, even to the time of Jesus Christ, and definitely a life for people that are from Haiti, that are from with Santeria, from Cuba, New York, Philadelphia. So there's a lot of things, a lot of rules and procedures that we can't talk about, and there's reasons for that. And just because we don't talk about it to you doesn't mean that it's bad or it's evil, but it's just something that it's better to keep within ourselves and to grow the magic in ourselves than to talk about it with a lot of people.
You belong to a number of different philosophical movements, Voudun, Fellowship of Isis. Do you find it difficulty resolving these within yourself, or do you find they naturally complement?
Well, personally, I feel that they naturally complement. A lot of people liken Isis to Yemaya because they're both mothers, for one thing. Their colors are very similar, blue and white to silver, blue and white. They're both ladies of water, Yemaya being the mother of fish, and Isis being the mother of the Nile. But the similarities doesn't actually stop there. For every Egyptian god, there's an African god to coincide with it. So, in my opinion, it's much more easier to combine the two, because once you really think about it, Egypt and Africa used to be one place together, and they were that way for many centuries before Africa, as well as Egypt, started to get invaded by everybody practically, the Romans, the Greeks, the Turkish. So, and that's how they started to split. But there's Africans in Egypt and there's Egyptians in Africa, and this is 2007 and it's still the same. So to me, there's no conflict.
I noticed they made you dance today. Did you enjoy being in the mystery play?
Oh, yes, yes. I was very happy, only forgot one line. And I had 9 of them. But yeah, I haven't done a mystery play in 4 years. The first time I came to Fellowship of Isis, where Dina had a convention, I had did part of the mystery play. So, and that's been a while ago. So it's good to reconnect and be part of it. And I had brought my significant other with me, and this is his first time, not only at the Fellowship of Isis gathering, it's his first time being in a mystery play. So that's a lot of big day for him, big day for me. So yeah. So.
How would you describe this event to someone who's never been to it?
Well, first I would tell him or her to keep an open mind about it. I know when I first came, and I wasn't even in Voudun then, I was just basically being an ICN or a follower of ISIS, and not really knowing Dina or anybody else, and thinking that they were just slightly off-center. And it's a lot to deal with, especially if you're in a part of the mystery play. But it's a really great group of people to be associated with. Lady Olivia is a really true living goddess, a really great dom, if you want to put her that. And she's very funny. You're going to feel a very warm reception being here and speaking to people. And you might find a path to Isis or a path to another goddess. So I tell people to come and be part of it. If you don't like it, then you can just say, well, you know, I've been here and it wasn't for me, but you will still have an experience to take home with you.
Last question. If people wanted to find out more about you or contact you, do you have a website?
I'm trying to get it back up. I have an email address, lotuspyramid@yahoo.com. I've had it for 5 years. It's not going away. Almost everybody who knows me emails me there. But I'm trying to get my website back up because I'm a Reiki master. I do Reiki. I do massage. Well, I have the Voudun self and I have the magical self. And I have a lot to say if you haven't guessed that by now. So I welcome people to say hello to me and, you know, email me. Once the website is up, then, and we're going to try to get it up by November. So it's only maybe 2 months before it gets back up. But yeah, it's going to be the Temple of the Lotus Pyramid, which the email address Lotus Pyramid is part of. So, and they could just reach me there.
That'll be wonderful. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Don.
The centerpiece of the Fellowship of Isis Goddess Festival is the mystery play. Each year a different mystery play is enacted, drawn from the liturgy of the Fellowship of Isis. This liturgy has been facilitated by Her Holiness the Most Reverend Olivia Robertson. The mystery play begins with an oracle, which is the message channeled from the primary goddess to whom the mystery play is dedicated. Here, Her Holiness the Most Reverend Olivia Robertson brings through this year's oracle.
Time long prophesied by sages, those who practiced the ancient wisdom that came from the stars. That time is now. Since the comet from 4,000 years ago, last seen by the Pharaoh and his armies returned before your millennium. This was the sign. Know that the before times will, as has been prophesied, come through children. A little child will lead you. Those children abused, neglected, their minds distorted by fear, will now be banished. These evil ideas, not evil people, evil beliefs, practices, by overemphasizing on the laws of men rather than the hearts of women. Children are taught when they are babies to hate their bodies. If they show signs of touching their little bodies, they are smacked, told not to. Not, the word no. I am Newt. I am the abyss. I am the darkness within each one of you, which is holy. Do not fear the darkness of the womb, which you battle to escape from, and the darkness of the grave and the dark earth. For without death, without darkness, there is no rebirth. Know that what you call black holes are in verity the womb of the great cosmic mother. The star you call Osiris with his sister Isis is one of these heavy stars that will be recycled in the alchemical womb of the cosmic mother. It will become a whole. And that which was the body of Osiris will be reborn in another universe, another realm within which this little universe is but an atom. So within you, each one of you, is this innate knowledge, because every creature is born with the signature of the mother within it. Protected, yes, by the father, given laws by the father, regulated by the father. This is good. But the time of change is now. The veil between this physical world and the other world from which I speak through this priestess is becoming thinner and is filling people with panic, terror, fear of monsters, fear of the darkness, fear of other people, fear of demons, of the enemy. So with all my heart, I call upon you here who know of the goddess. Do not spread fear among people that there are evil monsters here or there or anywhere. All are my children. When you find evil, recycle it by divine alchemy to good. Find my gold within all that is, and above all in the black holes of fear and anger. And so you will find the divine elixir which Isis found when she forgave Set, who murdered her husband, and who then returned to life. You will find in loving others that you love yourself and accept the love of the deathless deities. Feel now in your hearts, we love you. Love each other. Love all animals, all trees, and love this earth, and bring it to its true self, unpolluted, pure, holy.
Lady Olivia is a most remarkable person, still traveling the globe at the age of 90, with the energy of a person half her age. It really is quite remarkable. Next week I will bring you more interviews from the 14th Annual Fellowship of Isis Goddess Festival, including my interview with Olivia herself. Please join us then, and until then, may you blessed be.